What is up, guys? Nolly here, and welcome to the third day of my skill builds. Today we're going to be doing an enforcer skill tree. For the enforcer we're going to spec mainly into enforcer, but with a little bit of technician on the side. So let's start off by unlocking the enforcer. The enforcer obviously has ammo, which is always useful. Next up, one of my favourite skills, the transporter skill. Okay, that's going to unlock the next tier. Now, this particular enforcer build, we're going to be using shotguns primarily. So I'm going to get Die Hard to be able to use my primary weapon during the bleed out. What else? Your melee attacks can be useful, but I don't know. Normally you're not in a place to do it. You take too much damage from bullets for it to be conventional. So instead I'm just going to get straight up armor recovery, because that can only be useful. Next up, weapons being more effective at threatening enemies can be good. It's more of a suppression type thing. Underdog can also be good, but very situational. When you're surrounded by 3 or more enemies, you receive a 50% damage bonus. Then when you ace it, you receive less damage from enemies. So what I'm going to advise is you actually grab the first one of that, because I don't know how close the enemies have to be, but I don't think it's too close. I think they can be a reasonable distance away for you to be getting that 15% damage bonus. And often, if you're playing the enforcer the way I intend to with shotguns, this perk will come in handy. So just buy the first level of that, and we'll see if we want to ace it later. But for now, here's the main perk. Shotgun impact. Weapon stability isn't what's important, but 35% more damage with shotguns, that is huge. Always pick that up. Tough Guy can be very good, actually, that reduced camera shake. I'm not a huge fan of camera shake. Like, if I play Call of Duty, I've always liked the toughness perk. We do need to obtain 6 more points. Stun resistance is really good now that flashbangs are terribly painful. I'm not going to go into it though, just because I always feel like a perk just to deal with one element of the game is never worth it. So I'm going to get Tough Guy. I will ace out Underdog. That's going to leave us needing 2 more points. So I'm thinking probably Oppressor. We'll grab Oppressor, we'll grab Bulletstorm. Oppressor's just going to give us 25% more threat, and Bulletstorm is quite an interesting one, very situational again, but if you can remember that you can fire for 5 seconds after deploying an ammo bag, you can actually use it in pretty tough situations to get out of there. But we're going to have lots of ammo anyway, because this is evidently a shotgun build. So next up we want the shotgun CQB, reload speed and steel sight aiming speed. The steel sight's never that useful on shotguns, but assuming you're using a sight, or even if you're not, it can be useful to tighten your spread. Ammunition specialist may be something we'll come back to. Berserker can also be good to lower your health the more damage you do. The only thing is, you would really want to ace it to get any real use out of it, because the melee and sword damage is relatively unimportant. We'll see whether we do Carbon Blade and Portable Saw. It doesn't seem likely the way I intend for this build to be, but we're going hard boiled to increase shotgun weapon accuracy when firing from the hip, and just, well, actually, I mean, that's going to give us accuracy for everything, so we probably don't want to ace that. Ammo capacity increasing, yes please. 75% more ammunition, yes please, we want that. The more ammo, the better. The Iron Man tactical vest can be huge, by the way, guys. It can be fantastic for particular missions. However, I'm not inclined to use it all the time. So we're going to leave this tree for now, and I'll go into the technician part of the build, and we'll see what points we've got at the end. So let's unlock technician. Obviously giving us C4, but that's not really what we need it for. What we want are the sort of the perks that we're going to have, like being more accurate with single shot weapons, and we want to finally get to Mag Plus. So we're just going to work our way up this skill tree to Mag Plus, buying the tankiest skills possible. So we'll start off with Nerves of Steel. That's going to give us 50% less damage while interacting, and a steel sight in Bleed Out to work perfectly with the Die Hard skill. Next up, Sharpshooter for single shot weapons. but we'll leave it just at sharpshooter the number 1, and by hardware expert, it's going to help us when drilling. I'm obviously not going into C4 skills because we don't intend to use C4. However, the drill skills can be very useful. Saying that, we're going to ace out drill sergeant to increase the drill efficiency. Now we need 6 points. The issue here is we're buying skills we don't necessarily want. It's unfortunate, but what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to buy a sentry gun. Let's ace out the sentry gun. This is going to give us a secondary piece of equipment that we're going to use over C4 to replace ammo occasionally if we need that little bit of extra firepower. We now need 2 points, so I'm just going to buy the basic demolition man. You could get improved crafting, but obviously my money isn't that much of an issue, so we'll get combat engineer number 1 as well. Next up, silent drilling might be worth it. Blast radius isn't worth it because we're not using C4, but instead we're just going to get the sentry gun targeting package, and the rotational speed, meh, but we'll get it. We're all just trying to work our way up to Mag Plus here, by the way. That is the aim. So this is a very strange build, by the way. Sentry gun combat upgrade, giving it extra ammunition, and a protective shield when we ace it out. And finally we are here, and we can purchase Mag Plus and ace out Mag Plus. Now this is going to give us 16 points, so we can ace a top tier skill, possibly even bulletproof, or sentry tower defense to make your sentry guns really worth it. So I'll go through the skills that I would advise. I'm not going to advise the portable saw. We're not doing that. We're doing the shooty shoot. Lots of bullets, both shotguns, infinite ammo basically. So you're either going to want Iron Man, the improved combat combined tactical vest is really cool. It's really useful, but without the sprinting perks that we haven't spec'd into, I'm not going to advise it. The melee shield enemies is a nice little thing, but again, that's aimed at just taking out one specific type of enemy, which I'm not keen on. And run and shoot, you can now shoot from the hip while sprinting. It's a nice skill. It's a little extra. However, we do get a tier bonus, so you may want to consider that 30% more health. Instead, I'm going to pop over to Technician, and we're going to ace out Sentry Tower Defense, giving us 4 final points that we can either put into Bulletproof to improve your armor, or in fact Iron Man. I am actually going to just grab, or you could use the, when using a shotgun, when you get it, oh, what am I saying? What am I saying? God, I was forgetting Overkill. We need to buy Overkill, guys. Just first level Overkill, that is the build. I'll talk you through these last few perks that I haven't properly gone into. So Sentry Tower Defense, it's going to, by acing it out, we're going to get 2 guns, and they're going to do a lot more damage. Mag Plus, of course, was to increase our round capacity. I actually used this setup on the stream, and oh my god, was it powerful. And really enjoyable. So, Overkill. When you get a kill using a shotgun, which I assure you we will get plenty of kills with a shotgun, you get a 75% damage bonus for 5 seconds. That's going to keep coming around. It doesn't stack, but you're going to keep resetting that 5 seconds once you get it once. It is a huge ability. We don't want Iron Man, it's just going to slow us down too much. And I believe just buying that is going to give us a 30% higher tier bonus. So this is the setup. It's about half-half again. If not slightly more, actually placed in Technician, but it's all about these enforcer skills. That's what makes it so powerful. The shotgun reload speed, the shotgun damage, and that is the build. So thanks a lot for watching this, guys. Later you will see the shotguns I choose to use with my enforcer build. You might be slightly surprised because it's not the Mosconi, one of my favourite guns in the game. It just does not work quite so well because it doesn't get a benefit from Mag Plus. Anyway guys, thanks a lot and I will see you then.